Earlier this month, former world number 20 and ranking title winner Michael Holt reclaimed his place on the World Snooker Tour. The Nottingham Qist was on the Q Tour for 2 seasons, but has won 3 out of 5 events this campaign. We caught up with him to see how he's feeling after reclaiming his tour card. Hello, welcome to the World Snooker Tour YouTube channel. Today we are joined by Michael Holt, 2024-25 World Snooker Tour card holder. Michael, first of all, how are you, my friend?
I'm very, very, very happy. Obviously, getting my tour card back is great. So yeah, I'm just absolutely chuffed to bits.
Yeah, it's really good to catch up with you. Obviously, we've seen you in and around. You've had your YouTube channel going. You've done coaching. You've kept yourself, very enamored with snooker in your time in the amateur scene.
Yes.
But I want to take you back first of all, to when you first lost your card, and sort of what your sort of thought processes were at that point.
Um, Obviously, it's disaster. Let's be honest. It seemed to come on a little bit quick. It sounds like that can't happen because it takes you 2 years to drop off. Because it was only 2 years before I won a tournament, so you'd think to drop off in 2 years, you got to be so bad. But I think, listen, it's ultimately my fault. I lost games that I had chances to win, but I wasn't as bad as I thought. As it looked. Sorry, I lost a lot of close games in that last season. And then in the season before, I lost in the wrong events, because obviously the tournaments were less. So obviously the rankings got quite tight. And obviously being a money list, certain events are bigger than the others as far as prize money. So if you win on the wrong weeks, you sort of don't get anywhere. But again, there's no excuse. It was my fault. So it came out, I dropped off by 1 spot on both lists. I lost, I think in the last tournament, the last season, I had 11 events. I lost 60-siders, pulled out one through COVID. So it was like, I weren't getting bashed up like 4-0 and my level's not there. And my practice game was absolutely fine. As the lads I was practicing with, I was playing to a high level. I just kept losing.
Yeah.
I did lose 2 or 3 matches in the middle of the year where I had a little bit of a wobble. I started to look behind me and think, I hope. I did have a little, and I had a chance to win and didn't, which is obviously my fault. But yeah, I was off and I was like, what do I do now? So obviously snooker's been my life. So coaching was fairly easy to do. And I sort of threw myself into that really.
Yeah. And then obviously getting onto the Q tour, taking you now 2 years to get back on, but this year has just been, unbelievable. You're the first player to actually win consecutive events on the Q tour, which is a brilliant achievement. I won
Yes.
3 out of the 6 events. Um,
Yes.
what's
I've only
changed this
played in
season?
5 of them.
Yeah,
Playing the first one. So yeah, yeah, it's
3 out of
blown
5 actually. That's a 60% win rate.
blown my head
Six,
off there.
a 60% win rate in Q tour events this season. What's changed? Has it been a mindset shift?
The first year, obviously it was, oh, what do I do now? There's a few things went off the table. Obviously the shock of coming off and the sort of that, wow. I threw myself. I tried to play. I played in the events, but we had a few things going off off the table. I think Amy's father died in the September, which again, it's not why I lost, but I would say, I wasn't focused on the snooker. I was focused on my family and just getting things in or getting my ducks in a row, so to speak. So again, I tried my best in the events. I wasn't thinking about that when I was playing, but I feel like basically when I started this season, things are a bit more settled. I've got more income coming in, and I can just set myself. And although I didn't actually practice that much, I was only giving myself 2 weeks before I played the event. I would give myself 5 days practice, and I would fit those 5 days in the best I can. And that was as much as I played, really. But I think the mindset, as far as I went for a meal with my wife before the season started, and I said I got a bit drunk, and I was a bit brave, and I said I'm going to win 2 of them, and I'm going to get on this year. So, well, I should be more confident, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
in there. So yes, so I think I was just more focused and more sort of setting the stall out, and I said to myself, if I can just play to the level that I know I can for a sustained period, I'm bound to have chances to win at some point. And the stars have to align for you at any level, whether it's amateur or professional level. People have missed against me at times, which helps. But ultimately, I've potted the balls when I've had the chance, and that's all I can do. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that.
Yeah, what for those who don't follow the Q tour, what's the standard like? Obviously, you're traveling to completely different places to what we see
Yeah.
on the pro tour, but what's the standard like, and what is it like being on that tour?
Well, a big change for me. I've been used to playing in proper venues on proper tables with referees and over a bit longer matches. And so, yes, it was a massive change. Going back to clubs. The first day you're taking balls out for your opponent, which is again, that's 25 years since I've been doing that, on the amateur scene. So it is a shift, it is a change, but I think you've got to have the right attitude, which I did, to be fair. I've got to give, I'm not known for my attitude, but I must admit my attitude going into this was, I was, I'm really pleased with myself. I didn't get a bit too big for my boots or why am I here, blah, 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 which is probably easy to do, but I didn't. I just took my medicine basically and cracked on. The level isn't tour level. It isn't, it's a level below. So, but you can still get beat, in those conditions. With the bigger pockets in clubs, and it opens up more people that can win. So you're always on that sort of, in the short matches, you're always close to losing because three best of fives in the first day, it's anybody's really. So yeah, it is tough to do. But again, like I say, I'm pretty proud of myself, to be fair, to get on. To be embarrassed about, I did reach a high level. Obviously I've got to pray to get to that level again. I feel like I can do. I genuinely believe that. And like I say, I'm looking forward to that challenge. And you never know what's around the corner with this game. It's only one good week. The stars align, and I'm good enough to take those chances. So it's up to me to sort of, I just, similar to the Q Tour, really. I said to the start, I've got to get my level to a high level and keep it there, and then keep playing. And if I get the chances, take them, and then be in the right mental state to do that. And that's what I'm just going to try and do. And I think my one goal this time is to enjoy it, because I spent a lot of time on the tour before, and I had years, a lot of big percentage of that time, I wasn't enjoying it as much because I was frustrated and I thought I could have been doing better, and I was throwing my toys out of the pram, and it was a bit, it's the wrong attitude. But I think that was the biggest tragedy of it all, is the fact that I didn't enjoy it as much as I should. So now I've got this second chance. Like I say, I'm going to get hurt. I know that's coming, but I'm going to try and enjoy the process and see where it takes me. But yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, oh, wow, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to ask what your goal was, but I'll tell you what I'll ask you now is, um, you've now, with your last couple of years, really set yourself a stall for when snooker does finish. I mean,
Yes.
you've made your YouTube channel, you've done your coaching. What what will those two things entail? During the next couple of years, or for however long you are back on tour for.
Yes. Well, I'm going to keep the channel going. I mean, I was only posting once a week. Recently, it's been very busy, so it's been hard to do that. It's hard because I've got a family and I'm like that, juggling balls. So I'm going to try. I think the biggest change is going to be the fact I'm going to have to practice more, and so I'm going to have to do less coaching. I'm really pleasantly surprised how that's kicked off. To be honest, I'm really, I'm crap. I can fill my days pretty easily. So that's great. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, for different reasons than I thought. But obviously, like I say, I've got to prioritize the practice because I do need to play. But I think the coaching's helped me. It's reminded me of a lot of the basics and a lot of the fundamentals, which I sort of teach a lot. And like I say, it's going pretty well. So I think, like you say, in the future, after the next 23 years on tour, then I'll have something to fall back on, won't I? So, yes, it keeps me in and around the game. And again, it's all I've ever known, really. I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know about snooker.
Well, Michael, it's been a pleasure catching up with you, and we are so looking forward to having you back on the World Snooker Tour
I'm
next.
really excited to see everyone.
Yes, it's going to be great. Well, we'll chat to you soon. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and comment down below who you want us to chat to next. Cheers, Mike. Thank you very much.